What's up YouTube, this is Shuttleboy and I'm back with yet another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about, if you may or may not have seen in a previous video, I picked up recently some Nike SB Dunk Lows and I've been really excited about them. I've enjoyed them a ton, and after picking these up I've just been so ecstatic about dunks. Obviously dunk season is upon us. The fervor around it is just so big right now, and I want to go over 5 or so dunks that I'm looking at personally copping. So let's get right into it, guys. Alright, so this list isn't really in any specific order, and I believe we have 5 on here, but if any other come to mind, I'll talk about those as well. But yeah, just getting these dunks in hand, I know this is one of the most expensive dunks that come out in a while recently, but I've just enjoyed them a ton. I haven't worn them yet. I've tried them on, I've walked around in the house, but right now in Illinois it's been like snowing like crazy, and it looks like there might be a chance that I get to wear them this week, but it's supposed to snow pretty soon, and today would have been one of those days, but it's Sonic movie day, so we're wearing those Puma RSOs, the Eggman joints. But besides the fact, we're going to be talking about those 5 SBs I said. One honorable mention though I do want to bring up with these sneakers is the Nike Dunk Low, not the SB, but the Dunk Low Syracuse. Now there has been some leaked images of people wearing the Kentuckys and the Syracuses recently. I believe somewhere in Australia the Syracuse is already released, and we've had some small wording that they're going to release really soon, and they're not really technically SBs. Dunks are technically the version that is just based off the original basketball shoe, and I really have my eyes on the Syracuse, to be honest with you. I think the Kentuckys are pretty cool too. I gotta see more official images again of those to really put my choice on which one I would get, but I mean orange usually for me is the go-to for me, and this is just a wearable sneaker. I really hope I can get these for retail so I can just beat them to the ground, because this is a shoe that I can definitely see myself wearing for like 5 times a week or something like that. And the first one is going to be the Rayguns. I want to talk about the Rayguns. The pricing for those is around like mid 200s, like 220, 230, that kind of range, at least in my size is what I'm seeing, 11 and a half. And yeah, I like the Rayguns, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as I always am with all these sneakers, is that this one, I feel like there's some definite hype on it. I mean, the Rayguns in general, the previous release, the original should I say, that one, it had a lot of hype around it. It was very beloved and stuff, and I gotta be honest, I do think that the original just looks a lot better. This tie-dye kind of distress look to it, I'm not feeling all that much. And it just makes the colors, like the orange and the yellow colors, it just really kind of dampens them, it mutes them out, and that kind of, I don't like that very much. Also, just the leather on the black just looks kind of weird to me, but nonetheless, what I do see from this sneaker is a very wearable sneaker. The Raygun embroidery, that logo is so cool to me. But personally also, I do gotta say, a shoe that we gotta bring in the mix is the white iteration they made this time, and I think even though those are more limited, I believe, and go for more money, I do not like those at all. I think those are ugly. Yeah, I definitely have my eyes on these. If they end up going lower in price point, maybe I will pick these up. We'll see. Now another cheap one that's going for around 120, 130, I would say, price point right now, is the Nike SB, the Dunk Low of the Shadow. The J-Pack essentially is what they're dubbing it as, because there was a J-Pack back in the day where it was based off different Jordan 1s, and this one seems to be based off the Shadow colorway, and it really hasn't gotten any hype at all. And I mean, understandably, it's just a black and gray sneaker, nothing too exciting, but once again, another sneaker that's very wearable, a black based sneaker with grays that's super easy to wear. I don't wear, actually, even though I say that, I don't wear black sneakers like at all. I noticed that when I look at my collection, I have over 100 pairs of sneakers, and I barely have any sneakers that are just like black and white or black and gray. So those kind of sneakers I actually do have my eye on right now, because I really don't have any that are just that easy to match with anything. Now another pair that was kind of a reach at the time, but I think I'm trying to get myself to warm up to this colorway more, and that is the Truck It colorway. It's just it's white based with like some kind of off-white yellowish tint color on the whole upper, and then the swoosh is supposed to be a design of what you would see in trucks back in like the 70s, I believe, or something like that. And I like that idea. It's a cool idea. I feel like they could have did way more than this. There's not much going on with this shoe, but I could see this sneaker down the line being a shoe that people kind of wish that they copped a while back. So I do have my eye on it. It's also another very wearable colorway. As you can see though, with the shoes in the background and stuff, I like my sneakers to pop a lot. So this shoe doesn't really do that, but sometimes I gotta move past that and just see that this is a wearable sneaker. This can go with a lot of stuff and just go with that, even though it's not the mindset that I usually have. Now another shoe that's kind of in line with that whole concept is the Benji collab. This is one I've had my eye on for a while because it has not had any price increase at all. If anything, they sell under retail sometimes. It's a collab with Benji. It's a skate brand. I believe that's in the Netherlands, which is pretty cool. And I understand why this one's not going for much, and I don't understand at the same time, if that makes any sense. I think the design here is really good and stuff, but the one thing that really keeps me from getting this sneaker is it looks really similar to a Stan Smith. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but here's my Stan Smith pair right now, and I know it's not exactly the same, but the color blocking is definitely there between the SB here and the Stan Smith, with being predominantly white all the way through and then just having a hit of green in the back. I know with this pair particularly, it does have the green on the lining instead of this back tab, but yeah, it's just like the instances that you're gonna wear this Benji SB is basically the same instances I would wear my Stan Smith. So I just don't really see if that, do I need another pair that looks similar to a Stan Smith? Maybe. I used to wear these a ton and I still love them, but I don't know, because if I have both of those in my closet, I probably am just gonna wear the Stan Smith. Now another SB that I feel like has gotten a lot of hate leading up to launch of it and just really hasn't gone for much, and it's really shocking, is the Nike SB, the Supreme collab that just semi-recently came out. It came out in 3 colorways, a white and red, it's like a navy blue and gold, and then we also have a black and silver. And again with the black and silver, another very wearable sneaker, so that's why it's on my radar. Black and silver, that's super easy to match with. And I don't really care for the white and red all that much, to be honest. When I first saw this whole pack, it's simple to just go and be like, red, Supreme, I gotta go for the red ones. But I think the random standout from this is the navy and gold for me. Now, I know some people definitely do not like these at all, and I totally understand. I can see how this is considered whack with the jewel swoosh and just the glossiness and stuff like that. It's definitely not for everyone, and I get that. But I definitely, the thing that really brings me to this, and I don't know the inspiration on the sneaker personally, I didn't read up on it, but these shoes really remind me of like old NFL teams for some reason. Like when I see that navy and gold, I just think of like early 2000s St. Louis Rams. That's what I think of. Marshall Faulk, stuff like that. And then the black and silver makes me think of the Raiders. Around my area, the teams that you would play on would be named the Raiders. That was our little league, was the Raiders Football League. So I have a little connection to that. And then the white and red looks like Arizona Cardinals to me. And I'm not even a big football fan. I used to be when I was younger, but now I could care less about football. But for some reason, looking at that navy and gold and just thinking about like Marshall Faulk era, St. Louis Rams, that's so cool to me. So these are definitely on my radar. And honestly, I could probably wear it with the fit I'm wearing right now, even though this isn't really gold. It still fits that St. Louis Rams vibe. And last but not least, this one is the most expensive, I believe, of all the ones. Maybe the Rayguns are, but this one has been, I've dubbed it as possibly being one of the sneakers of the year, and that is the Nike SB Dunk Low Night of Mischief, the Halloween joints. I just love these guys. As I said before, my birthday is around Halloween time, so I've always been a big fan of Halloween in general, and this sneaker is just so great for Halloween. So many details going into it, just like this pair right here. Every single panel on the sneaker, there was some thought going into it, and that pair is definitely no exception to it, the Night of Mischief. They did it, if anything, they did more detailing than this pair did, because each panel really had some kind of embroidery, some kind of random detail on each sneaker. The trick or treat on the back, the insole, I love the jack-o'-lantern perforated toe. I just really like these, and it'd be a shame for me to kind of pass on these and never cop them, I feel like, because I've long wanted to get a pair of Halloween themed sneakers and wear them during that time period, and I've long wanted to wear Halloween themed sneakers when it's not Halloween. So hopefully I pick these up eventually. They're going for around $220, I would say, at this moment. I think the hype since it's past Halloween has just died down on this sneaker, so hopefully I cop them before the hype goes back up, because I'm sure once we get closer to Halloween again, people are going to be like, hey, I probably should pick those up for Halloween again. So another orange sneaker too, just something I love. Orange and purple on black, just love all those colors. But that's pretty much gonna conclude the video, guys. Let me know down below if there's any SBs that I talked about here that you're really feeling and stuff. Dunks in general have been a shoe that's just been like one of the focal points of skateboarding shoes in general for a very long time now, and it's really nice to see them coming back and being kind of the forefront of Nike SB again. It's been a long time since Nike SB has been really trying as hard as they used to. Their efforts just weren't there before, so it's really nice to see that they are able to release a bunch more sneakers. But that's gonna conclude the video, guys. Please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, guys, and please subscribe if you haven't already for more golf wang, more sneakers, more clothing, more Shuttleboy. And this is Shuttleboy, guys, and I'm out, guys. Peace. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Is this your first Shuttleboy video? Have you been here before? If not, I really recommend you subscribing. If you really like all this golf wang stuff, this is what this channel is about. If you like these sneakers, you definitely should see some more. We go over a ton of golf wang here, whether it be the latest pickups or golf wang grails. Definitely come here to subscribe and watch more Shuttleboy, because everything here has to do with golf wang, sneakers, clothing, and more Shuttleboy.